Yeah. Good morning, good morning, good morning. We're going to speak on black wealth and why I say hard work doesn't pay wealth. See, people fail to realize because you got a job, you're working a 9 to 5, you're working 10 to 12 hours. We were speaking on that yesterday in the shop. I said because you're making 30 or $40 an hour, that don't count to wealth. More people making 30, $40 an hour, that's $60,000 to $70,000 a year before taxes. After taxes, you take home, what, 40,000. So that is not really a lot of money to sustain your life. You got a $1,500 mortgage. You got a $1,000 car note. So that 25,000 gone right there, or $30,000 gone. Then you might have child support payments. You got to pay for groceries. You got to pay for utilities. You got pay for things when you want to go out and travel. So making 30 or $40 an hour nowadays is really not a lot of money to sustain your lifestyle. Especially you got a family and you're the only breadwinner. Now you have both of y'all working, y'all both bringing in 60, it still put you over 120K before taxes, but you're still gonna be not struggling, but you still gotta manage your money properly. And in the black community, we're not managing our money properly. That's why I said no matter how hard you work, I know people who've been working 25, 30, 35 years at Jeep, Ford, and Chrysler in my city, and they still living paycheck to check. They still struggling because it's a mismanagement of their funds. And when you have a mismanagement of funds, that's the shit that's going to happen. And then you try to talk to them about it, a lot of people get upset because it's almost an embarrassment to them that they sit there and became a institutionalized slave for 30 years and they got to just worry about their social security to survive. And a lot of them don't even have a 401k with their factories. Some do and some don't. Some didn't take the matching contribution or what a percentage your company gonna give you. You would be shocked how many people miss them opportunities. So what you got to do, you got to get up every day, and when you walk outside your home, you got to say, okay, what is my goal in the next year for me working? Now, if I'm going to be working, I got to go in here to human resource and tell them I want to take the contribution. You give me 3%, I'm going to put 3% of my income in that fund, 5, 10%, whatever. I'm going to maximize it. Then I'm going to leave there. When I get off work, I'm going to open up me a Roth account. Make sure I put in my yearly contribution all the way up to $7,000. I think it might be $7,500 now. And those are two investment vehicles that you can use. Then you say, okay, if I choose to go out there and buy me a car, or I choose to go out this weekend, or I want to take a trip, you already took care of some of your financial situations by opening up that Roth account and also going to the human resource and open up a brokerage account, because you don't want to play yourself short, because we missed a lot of fucking opportunity from lack of knowledge, lack of information, not listening, always think you know everything. You miss a lot of opportunities. Because a lot of times stuff will go over your head and people talk around you because they know you're illiterate. And I don't mean in the sense of literate, you can't read and write. I mean illiterate because you don't know the information they're speaking on. So, and then you got to also be a good student of everyone, because you never know who got some good advice for you. You can't dislike people. You can't hate people because you miss a lot of opportunity. You can't think you know everything. See, what I do, I watch people. I'm a real good observer of people and their character. So when I sit there and watch the individual, they doing shit that don't align with my life, I'm not going to mess with them about business. If I look at that person, I see that they greedy for money, I'm not going to mess with you on business. If I see this person, you can't tell them shit that they think they got all the answers, but they don't have a proven background to have all the answers, I'm not fucking with them on business. It's dangerous. But when I see somebody who focused, who disciplined, who trying to educate themselves, who got understanding, who willing to learn, I can deal with you. And a person who ain't greedy for money, beyond that, I can deal with you. And that's the same way in this game. You got to get yourself in a situation at your job and say, hey, why is I'm working? Is I'm working just to pay bills? I'm working just to get old? I'm working just to get cancer, working in those fucking factories. I'm working just to get sick from this hard working in these factories or wherever you work at. Or as I'm working to build financial freedom for the fourth quarter of my life, I can sit there and have opportunities that I can do the things that I really want to do when I was 21 and 22. Because you doing the things you want to do at 21, 22 is not going to help you get wealthy. Your job is not going to help you get wealthy. I told a guy that the other day. Every job, well, every business that I own, well, God own, I work for God. He's the CEO, and I work for him, a COO. Now, every business that I'm involved in, I get the minimum amount of time. Now, the most time I do get to one of the businesses is at the barber shop because I'm a master barber. But I also, God, thank you, I also own the barber shop in the salon. And then in my real estate, I don't never have to go check on the real estate unless something happens. Then I send the property manager over there to take care of that. Because he go in and get it fixed. He tells me how much it is, and I pay him. And I trust him because I've been dealing with him about 16 or 17 years. So I know he ain't going to inflate the price. He ain't going to say what's wrong, what's not, because we're like brothers. And then in the stock market, I have residual income coming in because I choose to invest heavily in the market. Then cryptocurrency, I done took my funds over 6 figures in cryptocurrency. In the group homes, I'm in a partnership with a group homes. So there's a lot of things that you can do to make money and not work hard, but it's also a lot of things you can do to make money. You have to work extremely hard. You know, I don't want to be a pipe fitter. I don't want to work on a oil rig. I don't want to be work on a shrimp trawler in the middle of the Pacific Ocean doing hurricanes. I don't want to do construction. I don't want to do that shit. I want to do everything possible that I can still have my body, my mind, my soul, and my health when it's time for me to retire. I'm 60 years old. I never had a hard job in my life. I never had a hard way to make money in my life. A lot of people say, man, I didn't know you'd be 61. Yes, because I took care of my body. I took care of my brain. I took care of my health. And that comes from me not struggling, not working hard. I work smart. If I can work 1 hour and you got to put in 80 hours a week, I'm going to work that 1 hour and get the same money as you or more. So I'm going to try to find everything possible to make sure that I don't have to put in a lot of struggles. I'm going to show y'all a prime example. I got a list of some of the stocks I invest in. I appreciate it. 66 people here. Can y'all all start following the wall? And everybody, can y'all please tap to the screen? Let's tap up the 5,000K. Let's tap up the 5,000 likes. They're going to keep power tapping, y'all. Use them fingers. And also, follow. If people have an open account, and the account is not open, please do not follow them if the account is private. Now, I do a lot of dealing with Vanguard, and I deal also with a company called Charles Schwab. They are brokerage companies. And this is how I get a lot of my residual income. And residual income means that you're making money while you ain't working. So I got the VOO. It's trading at $626. The year to date, the YTD is at 17%. And for the 10-year high is at 15%. Then I got VTI. It's trading at $335. The 10-year high is at 14%. The YTD year to date is at 17%. Then I got VGT. It's trading at $759. The 10-year high at 22%. The year to date is 22% also. So that's showing you the power of managing your money through investments. You never want to sit there and work to try to accumulate wealth. You ain't in the NBA. You're not in the NFL. You're not an actor or an actress. And a lot of them are going broke. Hard work, living cheaply, discipline, investment, build wealth. No. Yes, that's true. But I always say work smart. I don't believe in working hard, but hard work, living cheaply, plus discipline, investment, build wealth. Coconut Jewel, 189,000% true. But me personally, I always try to work smart, hard work, and then buying 30 pair of sneakers of property. It was a guy that came in the shop, little young guy. He was working at Walmart, and he had all the latest shit on. I said, hey, man, how much them tennis shoes cost? Oh, I paid $700 for these and I got 2 pair. I'm looking at him like, wow. And his mom's sitting there. Then I said, man, how much jean cost? He told me. I said, how much the t-shirt? He told me. I said, how much is that damn jacket? The boy had close to $3,000 worth of items on his body. I said, man, where you work at again? He said, Walmart. I said, how much you make an hour? He told me, and I added up. I said, so you didn't actually work 2.5 months for the items. He said, I've been saving. I said, but you still work 2.5 months to wear one fucking outfit. I'm gonna let him spend his money on what he wants. I said, well, Mom, I understand that, but it's still wrong, no matter how you feel about it. Why you ain't telling him to put up 20-25% of that shit and you're gonna invest it for him? You don't want him to go down that slippery slope where he gonna keep spending his money. Because I know a lot of people who still doing that at 40, 50, and 60. I make 160K and won't pay more than 70 for a sneaker. Now, I made in the stock market, I made almost 200K this year just in the stock market. And I with you on that. Now, I will pay over $70 for tennis shoes. And here's my reason why. I run maybe 3 to 4 days a week. So I will buy like New Balance and Hoka because they good shoes. And then an investment because they're going to keep a lot of wear and tear on my shins and my knees. But for my everyday shoes that I wear at the shop, they might cost $70, $80. But they might be $150 pair of shoes or $200 pair of shoes, but I got them on sale because I don't really care about the color because I'm wearing work purposes. Now, clothes. I do wear semi-expensive clothes like J. Crew, Banana Republic, Express. I will wear stuff like that, but I also get that stuff out of season because I know how to shop. But for me, just sitting there spending, I would never do that because I realized that I had clothes in my closet that's 10 years old, and some might be older, that used to cost thousands of dollars, like Gators and Gucci, Louis. I done bought that shit. Now that I grown up, I don't do that no more. You my vanilla cousin? And I tell people, but when people, you tell them, I understand a lot of people come from a poverty-stricken mindset, and soon they get a little money, they got to show their wealth on their body, but that's not showing true wealth. Like one dude gonna say one day, we was talking, and he brought up how much he made. Then we started talking, and everybody in the shop just looking at him like just shaking his head. I said, look, man, I don't talk about the money I make. I said, because a lot of people get jealous and envy. I said, but people who be around me know. So I showed him a video of my garage. I have a 5-car garage at my house. I opened up my garage. I only opened up one side. He like, damn, those your cars? He like, man, I ain't never seen you drive them cars. I don't got to drive this shit unless I want to. I can go put on a nice little motherfucking suit. I can go put on some Gucci shoes and Louis shoes. I can put my luxury timepieces on. I can do that shit, but I'm around here grinding every day. And then when I do pull my shit out, I pull it out, not going out of town. Then put it back in there, I jumped in my hoopty. I know the game. You know, I've been a hustler. And every time I made a lot of money, envy and jealousy came from people from within. So I try to avoid that. I don't want to make myself like I'm doing better than no one. Because I don't want that headache. That's the American life I grew up on. Working hard and you will go far. Shit, that's bullshit. But you know what? But that's the mentality our parents had. They didn't know any better because, don't forget, they come from the Jim Crow eras. So most of our parents born in the 40s, 50s, and 60s, that's what they was taught because they didn't know. The concept is to work easy, not hard, and get the most out of that. If I can work 1 hour a day and get what you get out of 10-hour shift, that's what I'm going to do. Like me, I haven't shoveled snow in my house or cut grass in my house maybe 5 times in 16 years. And one guy said, man, you got all that equipment in your garage, man, you don't use this shit. Man, you paying somebody to cut your grass. Because if I pay you to do my landscaping, just say, because see my front yard, as a decent sign. He only charged me 75 because that's all he got cut. My backyard was used to be a big backyard, but I said I didn't want no more motherfucking grass. So what I did, I end up making my whole backyard concrete. Put it there back, the whole backyard. I was like, fuck all that shit. I don't want to cut no more grass. So the guy been cutting my grass, and he just charged me $75. Cause like I said, he just got the front yard, which is cool because he do it every 10 days. So that 150, 200. So we making about 225, sometimes 300 with tip a month, just doing the front yard. So I told myself I would never do that because that 3, stay clean, stay strong, losers. Lord, I want enough money to pay people to work things on things. Shannon, and that's what I'm talking about in delay. So delayed gratification. This guy been doing my grass, right? And he also do my snow. He make about $300 a month to cut my front yard. But that $300 a month don't constitute that I might have made $15,000 this month. And if I go out there for that hour, hour and a half, or just say 2 hours, I base it on how much money I will be making on my investment and everything. So if I go out there for that 2 hours on a Sunday and cut my grass and trim it, sweep it up, get the hair up, grass up. If I'm making on an average $150, $250, $300 plus an hour, that'd be $600 that I done lost, and I only got to get him 75. So I'm gonna let him go out there and holler at his son, and no disrespect. And then the wintertime, the same thing, because I look at now that my time is valuable. See, right now, even though I'm not making money, but I am making money because I'm making residual income, but it give me the luxury that I can be on here for an hour and still make money. And then get to the shop when I feel like it and set my appointments up the way it is conducive to me for my other lifestyle. But when you're working at a factory, working a job, you got to be there at a certain time where you're going to get fired. So you want to work your way out of that. Or if you are working and there's nothing wrong with it, the best thing to do, make sure you have an escape. Because I call working is a wealth building. But a lot of people ain't using it as a wealth tool. So have an escape. You know, when it comes time for you to retire, you should be able to look at your pension and say, hey, I can live the 4th quarter of my life, man, good. I should be able to live the 4th quarter of my life better than I lived in the first 3 quarters. And then my overtime, man, I should be sitting back smiling somewhere drinking a margarita. But see, in our community, we mess around too much. From the age of 18 to 30, we're getting high. And then some of them from 18 to 50, we've been incarcerated 3 or 4 times. So we waste a lot of time in our black communities. And then we miss a lot of opportunity because we incarcerated. We dealing with addictions. We want to be in a bar. We chasing women. And then never, you know, you're 35, 40, and 50 years old. You still don't have no credit. You still don't have a house. You still don't have no car. You still don't have no money. You still don't have no resources. You still don't have no Social Security coming in. You still don't have no life insurance policy. You still don't have no insurance, no medical. So you miss a lot of opportunity because we bullshit. And then when you get so complacent in your life, get your stacks up. What's up, B-More? And you get so complacent in life that the opportunity is already gone. And then you can't work hard at 55 and 60. Even though you might go into the workplace, but damn, I'm 65. How much time do you think you got left on this earth? And you don't want to be how to do it and be working. If God bless me right now, I can say, Lord, I'm ready to retire. I got enough income coming in where I can retire and still live a great lifestyle. I can even sell some of my assets and live a great lifestyle. Hold on, I got to take this phone call from AAA. Thank you. Sorry about that. I had to take that phone call. They're working on my car. They said it's done. And I tell people, you You got to know your number. Yes, you got to know your number, but see, a lot of people don't have a number. A lot of people have an out date. They have a death wish. Both my parents worked at Ford Motor Company. They worked extremely hard all my fucking life, but they didn't die wealthy. They didn't die okay. They died good enough to pay their bill and live the last couple of years of their life out. But you don't want to do. You want to be able to say, "Hey man, I'm about to go spend $5,000 on a meal if I choose to." I'm just throwing numbers out there just to be talking. But that's how you want to live your life. You want to say, "I want to take this trip and I ain't missing the money while I'm going." My goal is now, I went to Turks and Caicos for my 60th birthday. I love it over there. And my goal now, I've been looking up properties. And the average property I've been looking at going anywhere from $500,000 for a 1-bedroom condo, but it's on the water. That's my goal in 2026, to find a way to get me a vacation home. But if I go 2-bedroom, it's gonna be about anywhere from $650,000 to $800,000. It all depends where you at on the island. They know to figure it out. Need to know it, but to get it. Amen. And I gotta find a way to get this 600, 700, 800,000. And I know I can get it through my investment, through the stock market, and through God, and praying for and saying I'm gonna get it and speaking it. So I don't want to work hard to get it though. I don't want to work hard to get it. Now, I'm 60 years old. I'll be 61 this year. I'm 60. And it's crazy that out of 60 years of my life, I might have only worked 5 years for somebody. And that's not bragging and boasting. That's the way I set my life up. Even though I did go to the joint and I had to work in there, but we ain't counting that. In society, I might only work 5 years out of my life. Because I told myself, even when I came home from the joint, I said, I got a 36 months plan. If this shit don't work out in 36 months, I got to do something else. And guess what? It worked out for 36 months. But I ended up staying at 60 months. I did 5 years. Because once I said, you know what? Let me stay here a little bit longer. Because I still got this medical coming in. I got these other benefits. And I said, even though I do got the VA, I said I'm going to utilize the 401k they got. So I end up leaving that company after 5 years, starting my own businesses. And I kept my 401k because it was Vanguard. I end up leaving that company after 5 years, starting my own businesses. And I kept my 401k because it was Vanguard. Then I opened up another brokerage account with Charles Schwab. And I thank God that they actually been working for me. So both of them accounts is 7 figures. And my cryptocurrency is 6 figures. But I worked hard for it. I worked extremely hard to get there. Then once I worked hard to put that time in, now I say, you know what? It's time for me to cruise. My parents worked hard all the way up to the day they died. My uncle worked for the city of Toledo. He worked hard to a time for he died. My Uncle James, my Uncle Sammy, my Uncle True, they all worked hard to the day it was time for them to die. My Uncle Walt, he worked hard and retired from Ford Motor Company. He worked hard to his time for them to lead the earth, even though he's still here, but he's sick. My Uncle William, he worked at Jeep. He been there about 40 years. He like almost 80. And he just finally retired, but he retired now that his body's so broke up, he can't even enjoy his money. And you don't want this. See, I'm still active. I work out 4 or 5 days a week. I fast twice a week, 24 hours twice a week. I eat right. I'm a casual drinker. Only when I'm in the shop, we might take 2 shots. Like yesterday, we had 2 shots. I never got high in my life, but one time when I took an edible, 2 edibles, see how that shit gonna affect me. I said never again. That was the most horrible feeling in the world. I don't let other people spend my money. My children, my granddaughter, them can't call me and say, hey, Papa, hey, Dad. No. You got to tell me why you need my money. Don't tell me this happened. Because I'm going to investigate your ass. And then if I go on your page, I ain't going to tell them that. Then if I go on their page and see they've been balling for the last week or 2 doing shit, you can't get my money. Because see, my money is my money. I have a goal with my money. What's up, Chef? I don't know if my other family members had goal with their money. My money got to do something for me. You can't just call me no matter who you are in my family, asking for the money. Now, there's people in my family, though I do get money because I know they will pay back because I test them. Yeah. Then there's some I haven't even given that opportunity. Then some of them burnt their bridges, but when I see they burnt other people. So now I got a no loan policy. Because if you can loan $500 for me, motherfucker, you'd have built your credit up. You could have got that loan from the bank. You'd had a piece of property, you could have took out a HELOC. So I refuse to loan money to people now. If you ask me for some money, I give it to you. My niece windshield just got broke on an altercation. Her and dude got into it. He got some sucker shit. He broke her windshield. She said it was $500 to get fixed. She got paid back. And I know she will pay me back because me and her did things together before. I said, no, just come and get this $250. You got to find $250. I said, you ain't even got to pay me back. I didn't give her the whole $500. I just gave her $250 and said, hey, you find the other $250. And she said, all right. I didn't want her to pay me back. Because if I'd have told her to pay me back, she would have paid me back the whole $5. I would have gave it to her. But most people are not going to pay you back. Then y'all going to become frenemies, enemies, and family enemies. And I don't want to be that person. I don't want to be in that situation. So I limit that. I used to always loan money to people. And 85 to 90% of people I have loan money to, they pay me back. But I always tell them, man, what are you doing with your money? If you're working every day, I understand you go through some financial situations, right? But you shouldn't kind of be going through financial situations. 401k before the 7 wasn't a thing. Right, but I was born in the 60s, 1964. And you said 401k wasn't a thing. You're right, because John Bogle, the owner of Vanguard, he the one started the mutual funds and the index funds and the ETFs. Or he the founding father. But the thing is, we know about it now. So our parents also had a better pension system in the 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s, and 2000. So they cut that shit out. But there's no excuse for people to take their hard-earned money, give it to Gucci, Louis, Prada, Mercedes-Benz, BMW, Audi, Hilton, Embassy Suites. Your motherfucking money shouldn't be going for that because you feel your self-esteem is so low that you need a pat on the back that you out here just spending money that you really don't have. You got to say, when I wake up, how much money I'm willing to invest in 2026. And have a financial goal for that. Say, well, I'm only going to afford to invest $1,000. Invest that fucking $1,000 a month, take it out your bank account automatically to your brokerage account and get moving. And that's going to slow it down too. You're going to say, okay, now I've been doing it for 10 years. Look how much money I got. Oh, I've been doing it 20 years. Hey, you know what? Now I can start plotting my retirement. Because if you start investing in a 401k, like you said, or S&P 500, and you put $1,000 in there a month, not even $1,000, you put $500 in there a month. If you get 10% back, 8 to 10%, you should be a millionaire. So really no excuse for nobody not to become a freaking millionaire. There's no excuse. No excuse. And I tell people, I refuse. I fucking refuse not to be wealthy. $20 a day will give you $7,300. Right. So that $20 a day, what is that, like $600 a month? And people can do that. Cause Be More. If you really, I'm gonna follow you too, bro. If you really think about it, Be More. If you saving $20 a day, the average person buy an energy drink at work. That's $5 in that vending machine. Then they're gonna buy a bag of chips. Another $2.50. So you done spend $10 to $15 at work before you even get off for work. Then your ass might go get something on lunch break. Right. Now just imagine you do that for 30 years. You're a millionaire, Be More. But people don't think like that. Then they're gonna get a Swisser. Then they smoking cigarette. They buying goddamn $6 coffees at work. Me, it's crazy. I pack my lunch 6 days a week. I own the barbershop, me and God. I own a salon. I'm a master barber on that motherfucker too. I still pack my lunch. When I go on vacations, it sounds petty. And at first, my girl, she didn't understand it. And I said, oh, okay, I understand this motherfucker. I get a room at any hotel I'm at. The ones I go to, I try to make sure that they have a room, right? They have a stove. Because when I drop down, just say I drop down to New Orleans and all them places, I'm a be cooking. Now, we are going to go out and eat, right? We always go to a nice restaurant the day we leave. I get up and make breakfast. Then we hang out, come back, we hungry, go back to the room, get in the shower. I might make lunch. But then we hang out, come back, we hungry, go back to the room, get in the shower. I might make lunch. But dinner, we're going to get dinner. But at first, I'm eating lunch, dinner, snacks, all that shit on the streets. Now I'm on vacation. I spent $1,500 in 3 days on vacation just on fucking food and snacks. Now, that money we can save. And then your partner, they got to be thinking just like you. Because I told people, I done been to all the night restaurant. I've been to Capitol Grill, this restaurant, this, all that shit the same. So now, when I go out of town, I'm going to find the good restaurant where the locals go to. Just say, okay, I'm about to go to Houston. My nephew and all them in Houston. I got a room in the Galleria area, but it got a kitchen and all that shit in. So I'm going to go get my breakfast food for them 5 days. And my snack food, which I really don't snack, but like grapes, oranges, apples, bananas, and shit like that. I'm going to take my protein powder with me. I made me protein in I always take my little blender before I make my smoothies. Because I still try to go on vacation and eat right. And then at night, I might go to a restaurant, but I'm going to go to the restaurant where the locals go at because I still can eat local shit. I don't go out of town now to try to find the best restaurant experience because I done ate almost everywhere. You know, so I don't do that anymore. I don't go to the mall and try to shop. Anything I need now, I can get online and get that shit in 2 days. I travel light. I travel smart. I don't get the night rent a car no more. I get the cheapest motherfucker they get. That motherfucker $47 or $50 a day, give me that. I'm not buying a Corvette and all that shit, Tahoe, Yukon like I used to. No, we ain't doing that. No. We're going to get up in this little motherfucker and roll the fuck out. Because either I'm traveling solo or I'm traveling with her. So, and that's the way I move. Everything me now is counting my money. I know how much money I got to count. Like right now, I got a flat last night called AAA. AAA came and got me. I got a AAA membership. They took it to the AAA facility. Now, the dude just called me. He told me my car is done because all they had to put the tire on. When the price he tried to charge me for the tire, I said, shit, I just got a tire the other day because I had a slow leak from Walmart, $40 cheaper than that. He took it down to the same price. I said, man, you don't believe me? Go look at my glove box in the car. He said, no, I believe, no. I said, when you get a chance, tell your technician to look in that glove box. Because I want people always knowing I'm being truthful to them. I'm not trying to work you like you might have been trying to work me without, I ain't going to say you was. So he gave me the same price. He just called me and said the car done. Now I'm going to call one of my partners that I know that work at the shop with me. He don't live too far in my neighborhood either, about 5 minutes. Well, I'm going to tell him to come and get me, drop me off and go get my car. Then I can go straight to the shop. But I know his lazy ass ain't going to get up there until about 11. So I'm going to text him once I get out here and see where he at. If not, I just catch the Uber and go get it. Because I don't like to take people out their way to do shit. And then I can get one of my other cars. But that would be stupid to go to work and I get somebody to go get the car. So I'm going to just catch an Uber a bit instead of calling somebody and say, hey, man, come and get me, take me. I'm just saying, fuck nobody day up like that. And then in Ohio, where I'm at, Toledo, it's 7 below zero right now without the wind chill. The wind chill is like 16 below. So motherfuckers ain't coming outside. Black people ain't coming outside today. But you from B-more, a lot of y'all from places where it get cold, so y'all know, man, it's like -7. Them Negroes ain't coming outside today. Shit. And I understand them. Like I told them dude yesterday, I wasn't going to come in, but somebody had called for some appointments. So I said, you know what, man, let me go ahead and go in. Because I really wasn't going to do it. And then I said, I'm going to go ahead and cut it close. So I'm going to go ahead and do them for appointment. Close to Michigan. What part of Michigan? Well, you said close to Michigan. So where you stay at? Because I'm in Toledo, Ohio. I'm gonna say about an hour from Detroit, but I really ain't. I can get there in about 35, 40 minutes. I'll be out. Got to get to the snow money. Yes, sir. Yeah, but see, that ain't what I do. I pay people to get that snow. At all my businesses, people getting paid to get that snow up. Because I can do it. I can even go buy a truck and to get that snow. At all my businesses, people getting paid to get that snow up. Because I can do it. I can even go buy a truck and do the lots. But at the end of the day, that truck gonna cost me insurance. That truck gonna cost me maintenance. That truck gonna cost me some time. I can do that. Because always look at, if you do this for this amount of money, them hours that you're gonna be out there, I'm still making money. Because I'm always making money. Either I'm online making money, I'm looking at the stock market, I'm either working in the shop. I'm always trying to make some money. What's up, Timothy Little? Everybody please follow Timothy Little and Be More. I'll be out. Got to get snow money. Snow for the time. Shop for me. And Tim, you up here? You at the shop? Because I got to head up there because they already said they done with my car. So I'm going to text Marv, tell Marv to come and get me since he lives around the corner. And Marv can take me to AAA. Because Marv, like I said, Marv on around the corner. So I'm going to text him and say, Marv, come and get me. Because dude just text me and say he's done with the car. They put a tire on. And like situation like that, Timothy Little was out there and he seen me. The car has broke down. He thought I broke down. Okay. I'm with you. I broke up some of the workout. The other guy. Well, yeah, that's what you do. Because you know what I'm saying? You want to, they can make some money. Everybody can be happy. You also can make some money. Because we can't get all the money. And like Tim seen me last night. He thought my car broke down, which it did, but I had a flat tire. He waited and helped me get it off the road. I got off the road and I told him, no, I'm cool. They on their way. So he pulled off. But what if I went and had money, put up and saved for an emergency? And then it's cold. It was cold last night. It was like, shit, maybe 5 below with the wind chill. So it's a blessing that God put me in a situation that I did have that money to purchase a new tire. It's somebody right now that having work or a job, working hard, don't have $160 or $70 or $200 to purchase a tire. But they work every day because the mismanagement of their money. It's mismanagement of money because people think, man, shit, I be grinding, man. I be doing 16 hours a day. That shit ain't cool. We were talking about that in the shop. I said, most people who work in the shop, work in the factory, ain't making no damn money. Because you talking about I made 6 figures, but I'm working 60 and 70 hours a week, 6 days a week. Man, you got me elfed up not to make no 100,000, and then you going to still tax me. So you take 40% tax. Now I took 60-something thousand home, so they got 3 or 4 months of free labor. If you really think about it, we all get taxed from our jobs and our businesses. If you working every day, 10-hour shifts, if you bring in $100K, they tax it. We just gonna say 30% they take out federal, state, local, whatever. We just gonna say 30%. You go home with 70,000. For that 3 or 4 months of really labor, you gave them people free. You don't get 100% of your pay. So 3 to 4 months with free labor that your job got from your ass. People work hard, but don't save or invest anything. Is at risk in life. Right, exactly. First, 3 or 4, it's tax money. It's tax money. Then they gonna tell you, oh, file income tax. Then they give you goddamn $1,000 or $2,000 back in income tax when you said they gave them 40,000. Let's make this shit make sense. That's why I say working is the new slavery. They just gonna give you enough money for you want to have an uprising and want to get your freedom because where they getting their extra money is their free labor frame for the 3 to 4 months, like you said. And we don't see it because we ain't conscious enough to see that. And I got that information out of a fucking book. When that man broke it down, I was like, whoa, whoa. And don't be in California where it's 50% taxes. So they giving up 6 months of free labor to this government. We are slaves to them. That's why they tell you work hard and die. Work hard. You can retire at 62. Work hard. You can retire at 65. Work hard. You can retire at 70. Now they talking about they want people to work into their 70s. Now, if I retire at right here, Ways of the Superior Man. I've read the book about 4 or 5 times. I gave one to my brother-in-law. I gave somebody else a book. This is a great book. One of the more powerful books I've read in my life. So, if you really think about it, then you won't have no uprisings. So they know that. But they said, man, we still get this free labor from, we still can tax them. We getting taxed on, you can't find nothing that you ain't getting taxed on. You won't get taxed on water, but you get that motherfucking water with some sugar and it's over. You get taxed on your food. You get taxed on your groceries. People don't realize that what they doing to us. LLC work. Hold up. LLC work them right off best you can. It's all strategy, but my equipment under business. Yes, but I do that. I file taxes. I write off on my clothes, the food, phone bill, my lunches, the TV, the cable, the utility. Yes, but still, you still getting hit. We talking about me and you own a business. What about the people who working every day? They can't have a tax write-off. They might can write some tax off with their mileage. I don't know if you can do that if you're working a 9 to 5, but I can. But it's ludicrous that you got to give up all that goddamn time to people and they making wages off you. Even with the lottery, the lady won 1.8 billion. She took home 400 million, which is great. But how the fuck y'all get 1.4 billion of it? Unfucking believable. She should have got the 1.4 billion. They should have got 400 million. They took 1.4 million from her. She got 400 and something million. That shit is ludicrous. I believe everyone should have a LLC, just tax purpose, even if they don't run a business. Well, I don't have LLCs. I have sole proprietorship. That's why I work 1090 job as a trucker. You're right. Right. My shit is 1099. Right. Hell yeah. 1099. Then I can do a lot of little tweaking shit with a 1099 also. Cause by a lot of things I got going on, I don't always do the right thing. I do the right thing, but everything I don't file on taxes either. To be truthful. But one thing about it, man, long as you stay focused, long as you have a goal, you're gonna be successful in this world. Be more 1099, yes sir. Follow Jimmy, follow B More, follow Timothy Little. Follow Ty Jr., Solomon Diamond, Wally, Dre Nails, follow Najee, follow G-Mo, follow Mike, follow Scooter, follow Kerry, and Kid Leroy. I don't know. So they follow Kid. Now, it's a follow for follow. Everybody should be picking up 11 to 10 new followers. Let's tap the screen up to 1,000. Good morning, Kimberly. Follow Kimberly. Follow Jimmy. I live in California. W-2 form rate you have. The check go to government. Yes, California are horrible because I stayed in California also for 5 years. And the taxes out there are fucking horrible. That's why a lot of people moving out. Even the properties out there too overpriced. Because some of the stuff they have in South Central, them houses like $700,000 to $800,000 million houses. Them $100,000 house in my city. $1 million house in my city, man, shit. In California, $1 million house in my city is like a $7 million house out in California. It's all depending where it's at. But you're in Brentwood, Burbank, Studio City, that something like that. But $100,000 house in California, man, shit, you be sleeping in your car. I can get a $100,000 house in Toledo and still be in a good community. Hard work does build wealth. Hard work can build wealth. It can. But how many people every day that work a 9 to 5 is wealthy? That's what they saying. What they saying, hard work doesn't build wealth. Cause if you work hard, how many people you know work hard right now not wealthy after 30 years? What they saying, you can work hard, but make sure you do the right thing with your fund, like invest in your money. I never seen nobody get wealthy from a 9 to 5 and they ain't starting investing their money in the market. I never seen it. I never seen it. Both my parents retired before they ain't turned wealthy because they wasn't in the market. You're only going to build wealth through the market. You can work hard as you want to get a check, but you would never get wealthy. That's why Tesla moved to Texas due to high tax rate of California. Yeah, a lot of companies are doing that. Work hard does build wealth. And like I said, I don't know where you work at. Let me see. Ben. So wherever you work at, you got to know how to manage your wealth. What you mean how to manage your wealth? If you sitting there and making $60 an hour, we're going to say $60 an hour. That's $120 a year before taxes. And we don't take the taxes out. If I'm buying a house or a car, taking care of my wife if she ain't working, taking care of my 3 kids, paying for daycare, even when you save the money and put it in the bank, you still not accumulating wealth. That money is not going to grow for you. Most people are not making $60 an hour. Nowhere in the country. It's rare. Extremely rare. You can look it up. You only got maybe 16% of the people that African American bring home 6 figures. So you cannot get wealthy on that because if you're just saving your money, you can't. Now you said I ain't working to manage my money because I ain't building wealth through investing my money in the stock market. I can say, okay, I see where you're going. By just holding on to your money, that's not going to build wealth. The easy way to put money to work is investing. Right. That's the only way you're going to do it. I've been investing since 2007. I've been investing almost 20 years. If I didn't invest my money in the market, I didn't make a mandatory monthly contribution in my Roth IRA and in my other stock portfolio, I wouldn't have had shit. I still would have had that $10,000. I'm just giving you a number. That money would have still been the same because if I had put it in the bank, I wouldn't have had shit. If I had put it in my shoebox, it had dust on it. I had to let my money work for me. And I had to make smart people work for me. And the smart people at Charles Schwab and Vanguard, they got to go home stressing because they got to manage that portfolio and make sure I make some money or they going to get fired because the agents at Charles Schwab and Vanguard, they don't get paid a commission. They get paid a salary. So their job is they got to make sure that fund is managed and ran and making money. If not, they get rid of the ass. So I got somebody working hard for me for a minimum. I only got to pay them on certain funds 0.04%. So if $1 million inside that fund, they're only going to get maybe $400 or $500 a year to manage my account. And they professionals and they licensed. The easy way to put money to work is investing. Right. That's why I tell people, no matter what you do, you cannot save your way to wealth unless you got your money in the market. I love the stock market. I love the stock market. I love crypto because I know what I'm doing basically with crypto. We know it's volatile, but I got good positions, good utility coins. I love it. I love the stock market and real estate because I seen my investments go up. Just from 4 to 5 years ago when Donald Trump was in office the first time to Biden and Trump back in office, that piece of property I'm sitting in right now, I got this house on a foreclose. I paid $49,000 cash for the house on a foreclose back in 2007 because it was a housing crash. So that 20 years ago, it was a housing crash. I wasn't looking for a house. I just happened to be driving through this neighborhood because I go to all the beautiful neighborhoods where people live. I say, damn, this is how the others live. And I've always been like that because I want to see how the other people live for. I can put it in my mind that I can do the same thing. So even when I go out of town, just say if I go to Houston, I've been to all the beautiful neighborhoods in Atlanta because I want to see how people live. Fuck the bars. Fuck the stores. I want to go to the neighborhood. Then my mind will start working for me. So I bought the house for $49,000. 2 years ago, I got the house appraised. I got the house, did everything I wanted because it needed an update. So I put it the way I wanted to put it. This house got appraised at 295K. Now, there's a guy in my neighborhood, maybe less than a 5-minute drive from my house. No, way less than a 5 minute. I'm gonna say 2 to 3 minute drive maximum. He sold his house for 330K. I went online and looked at the house. He had no updates in there. Beautiful brick home, beautiful home, but the updates it needed. So if I'd have bought that house for that price, I'd had to put about $100,000 in because I'm going to finish the basement. I'm going to do everything in the house. So it'd have been $150,000 rehab because I'm going to have a fully finished basement. And I like, shit, I can get the same thing because I got a fully finished basement. I got a 5-car garage I built. I built a back deck. It ain't nothing that been unturned in the house. Two and a half new bath, new kitchen. Everything been done. I built a sunroom. I built a day room of the house. So I want to go in the sunroom, get in the hot tub and all that shit. I built a weight room in the house, in the basement. So I know if he got that, I can get 330, 350. Because once a person see the house, they see the space, they see everything been done, I'm going to get that. So that was a great investment. Ever since I've been in the stock market since 2007, I seen from what my first $1,000 to up to a 7-figure portfolio. It might have took me 20 years, but I had a long-term goal. And I stayed the course. So I've seen the power of the stock market and real estate, but I haven't seen the power of somebody working a 9 to 5, making $30, $40, or $50 an hour, becoming a millionaire without investing in that 401k at their job and doing the maximum in there. I haven't seen it happen. Somebody buying clothes and not putting the work in. You gotta put the financial work in. That's what I believe in, working hard. What's up, brother Ant? What's up, Mother Invest? And that's why I'm really true. I'm a true believer that's why I work hard at. See, I'm reaching over here. I got papers over here on the table. I got papers right here on the table. This is part of my new portfolio for January because in 2026, the other stuff I threw out, everywhere you go, I got stuff. They're going to give me some kind of knowledge. This is my desk. I even got a work journal. I got information everywhere because that's how I work hard. I get up in the morning. If I'm a treadmill, I will still listen to information about finance, real estate, credit, whatever. Then when I come home, get in the shower, I'm listening to them again. When I'm sitting in the hot tub, hitting the heavy bag, I'm not listening to music. One thing like, damn, man, how you do? I don't have to listen to music to be motivated. I'm going to sit there. You listen to 8 songs, ain't learning shit, but how to be violent, how to be a gangster. I'm listening to an hour podcast or half an hour podcast. All depends how long I be on a heavy bag. If I do 10 rounds, we're going to say an hour. I'm getting some information. And it's free information. I come home. I look at CNBC, Bloomberg, Charles Schwab Network, Yahoo Finance. I'm always looking at something about some money. If I get to the shop first, either I look out of the front, but when certain people come in, I let them go ahead and do what they're going to do. I just go in the back room because we built a back game room back there where, they can play video games. We can go online. People want to go live on there back there arguing and cussing people out and shit like that. So a lot of times you see the video, you see the stuff behind me. So that's also in the back of the shop. So a lot of time I go back there and study my Portuguese, my French, my Spanish, my Italian, and my American Sign Language, ASL. So I'm always in there trying to learn some shit. I try to not waste a lot of time. So that's how I work hard on building my educational wealth, building my health and wellness. That's how I build. That's how I work hard. But each his own. Don't think you can work hard and build wealth unless you're LeBron James, one of them dudes. And if they don't do the right thing, they'll go broke. But I guarantee you they ain't going to go broke, because I know they know a lot about finance now. These guys are a little bit smarter than guys from the 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s, early 2000s. I'm always watching and listening to the market. Always new opportunities. Chevron and my next. Yeah, do what you do, B More. This is not financial advice. Look up an S&P 500 ETF index or mutual fund and see what one of those funds is heavily invested in Chevron. If that fund already has Chevron in there, but you also gonna have 500 of the other top stocks that are buying individual stocks. See, I had individual stocks. Just say I got Apple, Meta, and Google, but I can find a fund that got all of them in there. So in all actuality, I really don't need them individual stocks. See what I'm saying? So look something up like that and see who invested in Chevron, and see what other companies inside that fund. Because they might have Chevron, Apple, Meta, Google, NVIDIA, Tesla, plenty are. A lot of them companies might be in that fund. So now you got 500 companies that are going to be working for you. Like I love QQQ. I love VOO, VGT, VTI, VFIAX, VTI. I love QQQ. I love them companies because, like I said, them funds have made me a lot of money because I got an opportunity to have 500 companies inside that fund working for me, positions that I am building now. Right. And just always think about it. How much you willing to sacrifice? Sacrifice 10. Then next year, VTI. And look at VOO and VGT, the all by Vanguard. All great companies. I got VFIAX by Vanguard. They're all great companies. No, I love Vanguard. No, then I got the Spider S&P 500 Trust. Because like I said, 85% of my portfolio is being managed by them. So I get mutual fund, ETF funds, and index funds. Then I do have private shares, individual shares. I had them as well. And keep on, but look up VGT. VGT. And the reason I say look that up is the technology stock by Vanguard. So that's going to be the way to go, for real. Because it's a technology stock, and you see how technology is going right now. So this is a great opportunity for you to get in that sector and make some money from the technology field. So really look it up. But it's kind of high. I know it's trading well over $700, like $750, but that's okay. That's okay. And you just can buy one and keep building up and building up and building up and building up. When I found down about them this year and I looked them up, maybe about 2 months ago, I ended up buying 44 shares. And I told myself at the end of the year, this year, I'm going to buy some more because I haven't made really no more contribution. Well, I made my contributions, but into my Roth and all that, but a lot of money that going into the contribution, I gotta sit there and allot it out and make the trades. So I just had the money sitting there because I told myself I'm gonna buy a new car, and I want to have $100,000 in there, and I just can pull it out, and I ain't got to pay no interest or nothing because that money mine is just sitting in a brokerage account, a high yielding account, and I want to be able to pay cash for that car. And right now I think I'm at 67,000, something like that. So I got I think it's 67. So I got like 33 more K to go. So I say February, March, April. March and April, I should be there because I usually put almost 10K a month in investing. So I should be almost there. And a lot of people say, why are you going to buy a car brand new? Get a pre-owned car at 3 years old, coming off a lease. Well, I can do that too. But I want a brand new car and I can afford to do it. And then I'm not going to see no financial strain on it. So that's why I say I'm going to do it. Now, is it a good financial move? No, because I know they lose value, but I'm 60. I'll be 61. That's my treat for turning 60 in November. I just didn't buy the vehicle because it's wintertime in Ohio. I said, shit, I'm going to go ahead and buy something that I want, that I can afford. I don't need it, but I want it, so I can afford to do it because I'm in the fourth quarter of my life, and I'm going to live hard as hell. When I turn 75, I'm going to be in overtime, so I'm going to spend my money. My children are going to have my insurance policy. My granddaughter and grandson are going to have my insurance policy. So I'm gonna have fun. I can read the charts a little bit. Yeah, just keep constantly studying the charts because I can read the chart and I'm learning more and more every day, even when I see the charts. No, I can read candles and everything. Right, be more so. Whatever you're doing, man, if you just look at some of these programs, man, just 10 or 15 minutes a day. If you can just do that, man, you still gonna gain. You know, you don't have to spend all day long looking at. I just choose to, because I don't look at shit. I don't look at reality shows. I don't look at all that shit. No, I always try to pick my mind. You know what I gotta do. You know, I always try to pick my mind what I'm gonna do, how I'm gonna do it. You know, and what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna always learn about stuff that everybody need to know about. Option trading. Well, yes, I know about options. I know about swing trading, day trading. And I don't do it though, because it's too high risk for me. So I just don't waste time being around people who ain't talking about shit unless I'm in the shop, because that's our entertainment. But majority of my life gonna be consistent on what the fuck I'm gonna learn. I'm not gonna be sitting there and not learning shit. I'm not gonna sit there and just be scrolling up down that wall, wasting goddamn an hour or two talking about nothing, some shit I can be talking about to myself. Yeah, let me get ready to get up out of here, man. I appreciate it, people. I'm gonna follow you also, and I'm gonna follow everybody that's on the wall right now. I gotta get up out of here. I gotta go get my car at AAA and get up to the shop. I love y'all, man. Y'all be safe and be more. Thank you, man, for the conversation, man. I truly appreciate it.